If you don't know where you're going, everywhere will look like it. Until you place a demand from God, this is what I want. If you don't have vision, God does not have anything to work with. You pursue the vision. It is vision that defines what you want God to do for you. Jesus came with a vision. For God to give Jesus speed and be there for him. Jesus knew what he wanted. Okay, let me preach. The book of John chapter 2 from verse 1. John chapter 2. John chapter 2.
John chapter 2 verses 1. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee. And the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus said unto him, They have no wine. Jesus said unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother said unto the servants, Whatsoever he said unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Jesus said unto them, Fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he said unto them, Draw out now and bear unto the governor of the feast, and they bear it.
Precious Holy Spirit, minister to us this morning, dealing with the spirit of frustration. Thank you for your word is true, for your word is real, in Jesus' name. Come on, gospel, say amen. Amen. The Bible says there was a wedding. I know you have read this scripture so many times, but let me bring out something there. He said there was a wedding in a place called Cana. A place called what? A place called Cana. And in this wedding, dignitaries were invited. Men of high society were invited. Then the Bible says, and Jesus also. And Jesus also was invited. Everyone that needed to be invited, from government, spiritual, and celestial, we are all invited to this great feast. Now in this wedding, the man that was marrying must have been a man that had a name. Listen now, listen. For a man to have been able to pull in Jesus, he must have had a name. Either he had a name or his parents had a name. They invited the men of society. They invited people with glamour, superstars, to this mighty wedding. Now in the wedding of the Jews, there needs to be wine. The wine was a symbol. It was a symbol of sweetness. It It was a symbol that things will look better. The marriage will be great. The relationship will be great. So they will always bring the wine last. When they drank the wine, it meant that the celebration was complete. You know, so many people have read this story, preached this story, until I saw something yesterday. Do you know that the father of the bride, or the bride, was living in pretense? When you read other scriptures, they will tell you that the wine ran out, but that was not what the book of John told us. The book of John told us that there was frustration in this family. I will show you. They had a wedding. They planned for a wedding. They were hoping that before the wedding came, things would look up. I'll prove it. So they were doing some few things and doing some few things. It got to the point where they needed to prove their status. Go back to verse 2 or 3. Let's read something there. Come on, who's preaching for me? Go back to verse 2 or 3. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage. 3. And when they wanted wine, when it was time to drink wine, the Bible says the mother of Jesus came to Jesus and said, Jesus, this party you are seeing, why no deal? Are you following what I'm saying? They said there's food, there's chicken, there's curry, there's porticos. But what will prove that this marriage is in order? Jesus' mother did not say, I know Emeka is reading again. Jesus' mother did not say the wine has run out. She said this party doesn't have drink at all.
Yes.
Yeah. Put it back. And the mother of Jesus came behind, so she would have come. Everybody's opening Bible, eh? The boy came to the mother and said, Mama, there's frustration in this house. Things are not the way it looks. Things are not the way it seems. Look at what it says. And when they wanted wine, the Bible did not say, it said when they now demanded for wine, when they wanted to drink wine, because the ceremony was after they drink wine, they will now dance and go. When it was time to dance, when it was time to marry, it was so obvious that the devil of frustration was working in this family. That spirit wanted to frustrate the marriage. Are you following? You have wedding, you have marriage, no water, no drink. What kind of marriage is that? People are eating bread, nothing to wash down. What would they say? Eh? They'll complain. They'll say, what are we doing? What's happening here? No castle. No liquor, nothing to wash down. Even if they give you chisanyama, I wanted to say chisampama. Even if they gave you all the food and they did not give you something to wash down, when you are going to be complaining, hey man, hey, nothing to drink. Hey, I almost choked because sweetness was missing. I follow what I'm saying. So the mother of Jesus runs to Jesus. He said, hey, this wedding is going to go bad if you don't provide wine. Hear me. Jesus is here. I say he's here to supply wine today. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. He said, the wine, there's no wine. Go back. I just saw something there. Go back. Please, somebody listen to this English. They have, is that what is there? They have no wine. They don't have. All they have is, if you go to the verse 6, you said they just have pots. They have empty pots. Those empty, there was no water. No, what they do, I hope you understand. Those people were broke. What they do, they line up the empty, they put containers. Then the people that supply wine, you ask, how many kegs of wine do you want? Because they didn't used to have it in a bottle. They used to have it in those kegs. So when you pay for the drinks, they will come and pour in those empty kegs. They will come and fill in the, I follow the picture. They will come and fill in the kegs. They'll fill in the kegs. Now, this is the kegs that they will not carry and go to the guests. Am I talking to somebody? This is the keg they will carry and go to the guests for them to drink. So when they came to the keg, there's no wine. There's no wine. Something is wrong here. These people are lacking sweetness. Something is wrong in this business. Something is wrong in this marriage. Something is wrong in this career. It's frustrating. When they were supposed to fetch wine, if you need to read Bible, you need to understand it. The kegs were there. The kegs were supposed to have wine. So when they called Jesus, Jesus knew where to go. He knew that the kegs that were lined up, Pastor Sophie, read it at home. It's there, leave it. When you get home, that's why we read and come to teach. It will make sense. That's why we have teachers and Bible students. He said there are water pots. If you go down, you say it's been prepared for purification. They were supposed to be filled with water, just like people's lives. When people are supposed to come and fetch wine and drink wine from your life and get sweetness from your life, when they find your pot empty, Jesus, this message I should preach 3-4 weeks. They came to drink wine. No career, no job, no business, no blessing, dryness everywhere. There was no sweetness. Jesus, mother said to Jesus, son, they don't have wine. They don't have wine. There is frustration in this family. The children are not going to school. Everybody's running amok. Businesses are crashing. Things are going crazy. They can't pay bills. There is no wine in this thing. There's no wine. If you don't provide wine for these people, if you don't sweeten their lives, this wedding, this marriage will end in gossip. They will keep talking about them forever. When they even have children, they'll say, hey, when your parents married, they broke the record. Are you following what I'm talking about? There was shame. There was disgrace. There was no sweetness coming from that family. So Jesus said, But that's not, this is, I'm almost ending, but I'm going to rewind again. I just want to finish the story. Jesus said, fill the pots. Fill the pots with water. Fill the pots with water. Now imagine those people that were carrying the water. They still went through the process. They did not take the jar behind. They left the jar there the same way a supplier. Am I missing you? Missing. This is too deep for some people here this morning. If I shout every power fall, you will understand. But we'll get there. So they started turning water into the pots. Listen to me. Listen to me. The Bible did not say, excuse me. The Bible did not say, and Jesus prayed. The Bible did not say Jesus prayed. He said, put the water in the jar. Put the water in the jar. Now I ask God, why did you not pray? He said, I did not need to pray. These ones, the pot had a reason. The reason for the pot was the wine. The pot was supposed to produce wine. All I needed to do was for water to enter the pot. And once my hand touches that pot has the ability. Am I talking to somebody here? I came for somebody this morning. All that you need is the hand of God to come on that pot, and that pot will begin to produce wine. Will begin to produce wine. Somebody shout, I'm here. He said they want to frustrate this man. They want to finish this man. He said, take the water and pour in. When you pour in, start with the head. Take this same pot, because hear me, the biggest tragedy of life is the pot that cannot produce wine. That is what frustration is about. You know you are a container. You know you were designed to carry sweetness. You know that the Creator has created you already, and there's supposed to be sweetness. Hey, there's supposed to be sweetness. Those pots, if you go back to the scripture, you find out those pots were kept for purification. The pots were central. It was the tradition of these Israelites that the pot needed to have constant wine, but there was no wine. I don't know whom I came for this morning. Hear me. Listen. You are still you. Oh, I said it. You are still you with the divine grace. Am I talking to somebody? You are still you. There might not be wine inside of you, but you were created to carry sweetness. You were created to carry something that will. So he said to them, you said when you pour the water, it's the same pot. It's the same pot. Forget what is inside. The pot will produce what it's supposed to produce. Take what is inside and go back and give to the boss there. Those talk. Hey, they don't understand me today. Oh, God help me. Oh. So what he's saying is that this pot, you were designed to feed greatness. You were supposed to feed greatness. You have been frustrated that there is nothing inside of you. But when I am finished with you, when I am done with you, pot, those people there will still know. You don't hear what I'm saying. Those people that have come and they say there's no wine, there's no wine, there's no wine. He said put the water inside and take the water, go back to them so that they can change their testimony. I don't know whom I'm talking to. God is about to touch your life. God is about to change your home. God is is about to change your business. Somebody shout, I'm here. Everybody's reading the scripture like they just came to school today. You are seeing it. He's excited. He's reading the Bible. He said, take it. That pot is still the same pot. I know that there is, you are looking at me now, there is no wine inside of you. Satan has dried up your liquor, that thing that makes you sweet. There is a dryness. The devil of frustration has come into your life. This man that is having a marriage, he said, have they supplied the wine? They said, okay, no wine. No. Did we pay? Well, we don't know. The Bible didn't tell us. But the sign is the pot. Am I talking to somebody? They are looking at you like this now. And they are looking at you and they're saying there's no wine. Hey, you didn't hear me. You didn't hear. They are saying there's no wine. This morning I came to fill up your pot. I told you some years ago, I will go to ATM. That ATM is supposed to carry money. Huh? If you like, complain from now to tomorrow. The job of the ATM is to carry money.
Yes, sir.
That ATM, you still go, you put, you say, and you walk away. Another person will come. The same ATM. Does the ATM hate you? The ATM has enough cash to vomit. You don't hear what I'm saying? But there's no wine inside of you. Are you following me? There's no wine. Because if there is wine, you go to the ATM and you put a card. It will supply. There is no wine. It is not that the ATM is not built to carry. So Jesus says, take water, go to that ATM, put it there. When you put it there, wait for me. I'm about to change destiny. Yeah, boy, you don't hear me. Listen. Whether you came from Namibia or from China, you know, there's one card I have in my wallet. That card can insult you. Can do what? When I go to shops, they've questioned me. I don't know whether my wallet is here. When I bring the card, they question me. Those people that put the card will first look at it. I said, don't look. Put it. Because it's not Absa or Netbank does not mean it does not have oil. All I need is for the machine. I just need that machine. Once the machine is there, it will recognize. If you know what I'm saying, it will recognize. So they say, what card is this? I say, put it. They say, put your pin. Yeah. On the ATM machine is written Netbank. You know I'm preaching what I'm preaching. The container is not the issue. I hope you will understand it. I don't need to shout today. I'm just speaking some gospel truth. Jesus was not bothered about the container. He said, I've already seen there's nothing inside. All I need to do is to put something there. When I put it, take it and go and give them to drink. Because I have stretched my hands. Because immediately that water came in, the demon of frustration. Thank you. It jumped out. The frustrated spirit said, even if it is water, I will make it wine. I'm preaching deep. Preaching deep. When I see people are not shouting, they are trying to analyze me. Yeah? I am preaching deep. It's a revelation God gave to me. Say, firstly, they had issues. There was no wine. But there was a pot which represents you that has the ability to produce. But that thing was being strangulated by a frustrated. Imagine how that party was going that day. The mother of Jesus was going crazy. No wine. All the women that gossip. Hey, have you heard? Have you heard? They just brought us here without anything to drink. The rumor was already flying. There's this wedding is not this wedding. There's problem in this wedding. But the master showed up. The master said, put water. Give life. I have the ability to change their situation. I have the ability to turn sweet bitterness to sweetness. I have the same container that is supposed to contain wine. I have the ability to make their life sweet. I came by force and by fire. Every power of frustration, every spirit of frustration that has not allowed you to enjoy sweetness, they will catch fire today in the name of Jesus. The spirit of frustration works in 3 dimensions. Then we will close. I will read it out quickly. The spirit of frustration works in 3 dimensions. The first dimension is delay. The first dimension is what? Is delay. Just like the pot. When you see that frustration has come in, the first sign is delay. Everything everybody gets quickly, easily. When it gets to you, delay. The spirit of frustration delays your miracle, delays your blessing, delays your healing, delays your deliverance. You see the guests we are praying for, we bring oil. They say no. Normally they are supposed to jump into the oil, but there's a power that says no, let them remain the way they are. 3 dimensions of frustrating spirit. It brings demonic delays. I know of a young man that wanted to go to university. In my place they call it JAMB. I don't know what they write here. Matric. This young child wrote matric. In short, there's not even come. There was one of your sister. Come here. They brought her here. How many times did she go? Is she here?
She's in Alberton at the moment.
She's where?
Alberton. She visited.
So why did she come?
She went to the brother-in-law. She's in Zim at the moment, so she was called by.
Okay, what happened to her?
She sat for a final examinations, which is the equivalent to matric, 4 times. She was brilliant. She would teach all the other children in the class, work out the mathematics. But when it came to exam day, she would just black out. She did it. She was writing June and December, and it was the same thing.
For 4 years, I know of a young man that has written for 12 years. Now, she came, we prayed for her.
We went to Zimbabwe.
I went to preach in Zimbabwe.
Yes, and then I called them to come to the meeting. You prayed for her, and as we speak, she is in her first year at a university.
So she passed her matric.
She eventually passed, yes, after prayer.
And she's now gone. I went to do a meeting in Zimbabwe. They asked her to come for the meeting. There was a demon of frustration. Ask how many, do you know what it means? For somebody to write an exam and you know the answer. I just preached in Nigeria. A girl went to write the same exam 4 times. They said she's the smartest in the whole school. She says immediately she sits down, she begins to eat a pen. They say, are you not writing? She said, I'm coming. She said, and she wants to write for 2 hours. You look at paper, nothing. What is her exam number and her name? That demon of frustration. Imagine how does it feel to go another year to write again? It's frustrating. You get to the point you say, I don't want to write again. They put you in a corner. They keep delaying your miracle. I came by fire. I say I came by fire. That demon of frustration that has been delaying your blessing, delaying your miracle, I command them to catch fire in the name of Jesus. Delay. Number 2. The spirit of limitation. The first one is what? Delay. That one delays. I just saw as I traveled, a woman just gave birth. She gave birth to triplets. She gave birth to triplets. She was 62. Her first set of baby. My question is, why can't she have that child at 21 or 22 or 23? It's a spirit. Oh. It wants you to curse God. Are you following? It wants you to curse God. It limits your ability to move to the next level. You write an examination. Write an exam. You write an exam. You write an exam. There's a place you're supposed to be. There's a promotion you're supposed to have. One man came to a man, they were in UK. He said, I heard in Africa that they say that let me use it this way. Say, my people, they say, then they do you. When they say they are doing you, or which means they are doing something to you. So this white man, every time he said, now they do you. So he said, what do you mean by then they do you? So the guy said, look at that man. He has an exam by 8 o'clock. He woke up by 7:30. He's cooking beans by 7:45. Then they do him. A person has an exam by 8. Vuyo. You wake up by 7:30 and you put beans in the fire by beans. Do you eat beans in this country? You know how long it takes beans to boil? Then they do them. Now, the spirit of limitation works in that way. The spirit of limitation works in that way. It limits your ability to get to the next level. You know, there are times you look at some of your colleagues and you tell yourself, but I'm not proud, but I am better than this person. Amen. I know some of my schoolmates, they were all better than me when we started, but they are still where they are. When you see a young man, I saw one at the airport as we were coming. That man is almost 55. He put his knicker here, and I was seeing his blue pants. They do him. He's still moving like this. That man is almost 55. They have limited his growth. When you see it, I saw if one white lady at the mall. This lady is like 56 or 60 something. She still opened her cleavage. Her breast is sag like it's like an old mango. You know when mango is being dried in the sun. You know when a sun beats mango, the red mango there begins to shrink. She still open, want to show both line. They do it. I saw everybody was looking at her. She was walking. When the devil of limitation comes, Satan is not allowing you to move to the next stage. Life is in stages, and every time the new stage comes, you are supposed to walk into the new stage. There comes a time, listen to me, there are 3 stages in a man's life. Basically, the time he's born, the time to grow up, and the time to die. But when a man begins to be 60 and acts like a child, that life has been limited. That is why you see, that is why me, I don't get angry with people. I tell people how I feel. I clear my heart when I feel bad. You see some old men, 70, 60, not 60, sir, 80. You see them, they're walking on the street, they are talking to themselves. Have you seen them? They are frustrated. They are still thinking on how to start a business at 90. No, it's true. There's a time when you have strength and you have abilities, the time to give your all. But you see, I saw one girl at the airport. I just started laughing. She was flying the same plane with me. I know it's one man that is in the business class that kept her there. She said, yes sir, I am seated now. I am okay, sir. That girl is like 23, 24. I almost laid my hands on her there. So you're wasting your life. You are limiting the grace of God upon your life. Some stupid young man will come and marry you after you've messed up your life. The spirit of limitation will not allow you to see the future, will not allow you to dream big. Every time God puts an idea in your heart, you say like Gideon, but we are the least in our father's house. We are not well able. The Anakims are there. It is the demon of limitation that did not want them to get. It's a frustrating spirit, my friend. I came to deal with it this morning. We're going to pray. I came to deal with that thing that will make you as a businessman sleep till 11. A businessman is sleeping by 11 o'clock. You are watching Z World. There's a new one now, Z World. A woman wakes up in the morning and you first thing you tune is Z World. They don't even speak English. They speak India. And you want to be great. You want to do something constructive. You are watching Z World by 11, 10, and you have business to do. Something is holding you. Something is doing you. You know the whole series. You know season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5. Even the people acting the movie have left season 1. They've gone to season 2. You're still in season. You're season nowhere. You are following them in season, but they are telling you that one season has ended. You are saying you are waiting for. There's this one. I hear the show now, Game of Thrones. Everywhere they are writing season 7. I say, what is this season 7 they are talking about? I've not watched that nonsense. It's what am I? When I'm fighting demons in my prayer, when I'm busy making my life better. Season 2 and season 3 till 7. See, something is limiting our children. Yes. Even as I'm preaching, they are sending WhatsApp. Go there now. Go there as I'm talking. They have phones. As I'm talking, they're hiding it. They're trying to hide it. I'm preaching a life-changing message. I'm in church. Is the game on? What are we going? Video game, that's what they're talking about. We are coming to play part 4, but the church is taking a little bit longer. We are coming to play part 4. After you begin to come for prayer line. We came this morning. I'm telling you the truth. These are powers that will not allow you to see beyond. They limit your thinking. They limit your enthusiasm. They limit your life. Imagine a person saying there's nothing to live for. There is no reason to live. You've not given God something to work with. But it's okay. There's a video that is going viral in Nigeria. A witch. I don't know what one of you have seen it. A witch, a woman, invited her mother to come and spend the weekend with her. The woman came on Friday. Saturday morning, she took food to go and give to her mother. The mother was not there. I said, where's Mama? Mama went for a meeting. As she was about to bring food, they started shouting outside. The mother was on the roof. Oh, have you seen it? You've seen it? People were screaming, "Jeez!" The woman, she didn't even talk to anybody. She was on the roof. When she came, she couldn't land in the room. She landed on the roof. Maybe there was fire. You've seen the video. People were screaming. I said, an old woman, almost 80-something years. She landed on the roof. The daughter was screaming, "Mama." The mama was coming down. She came down, an 80-something-year-old woman, from nobody helped her. She was coming down from the roof. I will show you the video one day. Maybe I'll bring it. It's in my phone. She was coming down from the roof. Witchcraft. These are powers too of limitation. I'll do part 2 next week. We must deal with this thing, I'm telling you. It's a spirit of frustration. I don't know who is here. Then the last one, the 3 ways they follow is barrenness. Is what? Barrenness. The barrenness is your inability to produce. Hey, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Your inability to produce because of the demon of frustration, your inability to get married, your inability to have children, your inability to get anything going is frustrated. They frustrate you. Look at what I just about to pray for that girl. They said they will not get married. Sometimes we pretend we rub pancake, we rub mac, we rub our mac, we put lipstick. You dress with your high heel, then you move with a swag. Inside you are dying, you know. Eh? There are some days you dress, you just tell yourself, you know how you take out the wig. Can I? Oh no, sorry. For the first time yesterday, I saw Rasta wig. I didn't know that this wig Rasta even has wig. Some days you get so tired as you're about to dress and wear high heel, you're about to come out to say, what is this? What is? You just take off this high heel. You take off the hair. No makeup today. You just wear slippers and go out. What is? When I wore the thing, nobody saw me. I wore high heel, nobody saw me. What? Is that not true? This one has cut her hair now. Somehow, let me just do something. We'll put the hair, hey, with no hair, hey. It's frustrating. No, I'm serious what I'm preaching here this morning. You see, sometimes it's easy for us to talk to the young girl, keep yourself, until Amy traveled though. Amy traveled for 2 months. I said, Jesus. Some of these girls are 35 and we are shouting, keep yourself. My own wife traveled for two months only. I know how frustrating it is. Amen, somebody? But imagine the frustration. You've gone to school, gone to university. You date a man. Tomorrow he says, I'm not sure it's working. It's not working. It's not working. After 4 years, 3 years, it will work. It will work. Am I the only one here? Am I in the right church? It's the spirit of frustration. No, I'm serious. I'm talking about the serious. We might be laughing. This is a spirit. It frustrates your effort. There's a place in the Bible. A man wanted to build the temple of God. 2 men came. What's that their name now? Sanballat and Tobias. They were about to build the temple. These men came to frustrate them from building. They say, even after they built a wall, they say, what wall is this? Even if a chicken falls from this wall, it will fall. Just to frustrate your endeavor. You come to church, they ask you, what is wrong? Yes. What, this is your church you are going? Oh my goodness. And that's why I like Abraham. Abraham woke up one day and said, Baba, this English you are speaking is too much. He was telling God now. He said, what will you give to me? I am your exceedingly great reward. You are the father of nations. Abraham said, calm down. Say, sit down. Let us talk face to face. See, I go childless. You are telling me I'm father of nation. You told me this in 25 years ago. Do something. I don't know what is this, but you must do something. Hear me this morning. I came because God has heard your cry. My brother called me and said, I will go and take form. You know what form is? Illuminati. He said, I'm tired. If God does not do something, I take form. Let me say, if I die, I die. Let me go and join the devil. I'm tired. I say, hey. But I'm just, when somebody says he's tired, don't preach to him. Don't tell him you quote. Sometimes people quote scriptures that don't make sense. Sometimes all I need is just put your hand on me and say, you understand? Don't come and start asking me the sin I committed 12 years ago. Are you sure it's not that man that left you? Yeah? Church people had there. Dealing, I'll do next part 2. I will tell you how the spirit takes effect in the lives of man next week. How it takes effect. But we're going to go into war now. Are you ready for me? Dealing with that spirit after today.
Amen.
I say after when?
After today.
I'm serious. I'm serious. That devil that think he has a legal right to come to your house every day to frustrate your job, your business, your home, your marriage. There's a woman I know, or not know, I heard of. When they married this woman, she was one of the sweetest women. One day she had a visitor in the night. And the man said, from today you are mine. She woke up. Her marriage became bitter.
Chaotic.
She became a tigress. This man packed his things and ran away for 4 years. When they say go and marry, they say you go and marry her. I loan her to you. In football they have loan deal. So I loan her to you. Sometimes when the spirit of frustration comes in and jumps on one person, marriage becomes bitter, sour. You say, what you are talking to your wife? Let's talk now. Oh, let's talk. Let's talk, eh? So I'm the problem now. So it's me that will talk the talk. You have problem. There's frustration everywhere. Satan will pay. I said Satan will pay. Stand to your feet. We want to pray. We want to pray. I feel this thing already. I'll do part 2 next week. Dealing with the devil of frustration. It's a demonic entity. Comfort. It's every time I come, this comfort. What's wrong with you? You are carrying crutches now. This is not frustration. They don't even want you to sing too. What do you carry? Only God knows what this girl carries. I said, when the devil comes on you, this ugly devil, Jesus. You start your business, everybody knows your business. Everybody knows. You are buying new car, you move into a new house, one morning. Everything changes. The same effort you used to make, you even add more effort. Frustration has come in. Before you know, you've sold one car. They say, no, if you bring this money to this business, you just put in, you go and gather, you put in. Am I talking to somebody? It's a spirit. Some people don't know it's a spirit. And you've asked yourself, what is happening to me? Has anybody asked that question? That is the question I came to answer. What is happening to me? What is happening to you is that the demon of frustration is a spirit. Has just walked in. Do you know when it comes after you, it does not release prisoners. His intention, the Bible says, is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. People don't understand that grammar. He came to kill, he came to steal from you, and he came to destroy whatever you have. It's a spirit. I told God, that's my personal decision. I say, if I'm getting old and I begin to lack money, take me away from here. If I'm 80 years, I cannot buy a car. What did I say? 80 years. I'm depending on pension money. What is pension? Me, I should be paying people pension. The spirit of frustration, I came in the name of Jesus. It's about to happen. If you don't know where you're going, everywhere will look like it. Until you place a demand from God, this is what I want. If you don't have vision, God does not have anything to work with. You pursue the vision. It is vision that defines what you want God to do for you. Jesus came with a vision. For God to give Jesus speed and be there for him. Jesus knew what he wanted.